Hey everybody, welcome to this week's coaching call. So, I need to remember there's an announcement I'm going to make at the end. Um, but I thought I'd get us going. Wow, that notification was loud. Um, I thought I would get us going on the month of July. It's July. That is outstanding and crazy. And who did that? All right. I need to check. Did I give you all the July dates for for it is in July, right? No. Yeah, July. Okay. July dates for our vision session. Okay, that's gonna need to be mid-month, about mid-month, right? All right, so what dates do we have? Um, okay, not of might be coming in from networking then. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to put it to a poll. That's what I'll do. I'll put it to a poll. Poll options. All right. So I've got the poll started. It's sitting there now as a reminder to me to go ahead and put it in. Um, okay, got the dates. Now I can put the time. Anyway, so we've got that coming up. We've got Geez, it's going to be a pretty cool month. Not necessarily temperature outside. Um, Thinking to the fact that we're going to have our vision review later this month. I really hope that one, you've been able to make some strides in your vision across the last quarter. Um, and two, that anywhere that you might have experienced a hang up or something didn't quite go the way you wanted it to, that you were able to have an opportunity to reflect and build out again. Because, as cliche as it might sound, it isn't how, it doesn't matter how many times you fall so long as you get back up again. Um, Nick and I have enjoyed watching the Hulu series Only Murders in the Building. This has Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez in it as the lead characters. And one of the so we're on season 4 now, and which is the most recent season, I believe. And one of the minor characters from this season, one of the minor characters from the series was telling another minor character, this one just probably season long, um, that he valued Martin Short's character for his never give up. And the comedic aspect, of course, was just the character pointing out all of Martin Short's character's failings across the entire scope of his character's life. Um, but trying to raise the point that he's his hero because he never gives up. And while while the humor is absolutely there, um, it remind it honestly brought to mind a bit a quote that, again, I can't credit this to anybody in particular. I have no idea who, it really belongs to. I don't even know if I could find it like an origin point for it. But it's the quote that I've been putting in the second line of my journal this whole quarter. Second line of my journal, right underneath my anchor statement. And it is, what would you do if you knew you could not fail? I really like this question because I feel like it, along with the question, what would you do if money was no object, kind of really illustrate for us some of the things that we value. Um, a lot of the things that I've considered as answers to those couple of questions are how I would interact with other people, how I would bring more joy into their lives, how I would create experiences that, not just for me that speak to me, but really highlight a an area of growth within health, for the people I'm coming into contact with, whether it's clients or um, prospective buyers, family, friends. I think I think one of the places where people get stuck a lot, like when a rut develops, is when we're no longer keeping a frequent eye on our personal growth and development, our vision. So this spans more than just health, of course, because your health vision can play into your overall life vision. And your life vision can play into your overall life's purpose. So when we when we continually falter on taking a look back at our vision, keeping our vision top of mind frequently enough, then the potential for existing but not moving is high. My smoothie is trying to separate. Which is okay. It's just making the top portion rather on the thick side. It's all of the um it's all of the fibrous stuff that's trying to rise to the surface. Almost makes kind of a foam. So, if the risk of being still to the extent that we fall into a rut is there, and we recognize that's what's going on, that's the kind of stage or phase we're in at the time, what do we do? This quarterly review of our vision is a perfect example of what we do. We take a look at our vision. We take a look at our processes, our systems, our actions. And if we need to, we start with a love letter to ourselves. Because again, it's harder to create something that sustainably moves us towards our vision if we are berating ourselves or talking to ourselves about how we really sucked at doing stuff in relation to our vision. So start from that place of kindness to ourselves. Open your mind to the opportunity to expand on your understanding of what it is you want and why you want it and what you're going for and what the process can look like and what kinds of actions you might need to take in order to get there. If you can become emotionally detached from an outcome that is truly exciting to you, then all of this vision work becomes more part of just simply who you are, not what you do, but who you are. And it becomes easier to do the work. Sorry, still hungry. So we've got our review coming up sometime this month. What do I want you doing right now? One is a little bit of preparation. Take a quick peek back at your list of action steps and see if there's any that like would be really easy to do this week. Would be simple to put in place next week. Even if, you guys run the poll and say this works best, and we end up doing it next week. Um, Make sure that you mark off action steps you'd already taken, or make an addendum to some of them. Maybe you took a partial action. Write what that partial action was in. and then mark it through. I'm a firm believer in to-do lists where you actually also include things you've already done and mark them off. It feels really good then. Um, so we've got those couple of things. What else do I want you focusing on? Is there, you can answer this for yourself, but feel free to put it into the comments. Is there a, if there was one area that you feel you would want to make the most change in for this coming quarter? And we're thinking to your health and wellness review here, right? Your vision for your health and wellness. If there was one area, is there anything that stands out? I think, yeah, having you take a look at, your action steps list and where you can still put in some action on this, you know, past quarter. Definitely do. Um, Ideally, we're not moving over a whole lot of action steps from quarter to quarter. Ideally, we're knocking out quite a few and creating new ones. I need to try to finish this up soon because I want to get my workout in. Yeah, I think we need to keep it simple for today going into this month. We've got our quarter review. Let's take, a little bit of time um to just review right now, whether we can do any more of our action steps, what those might look like. I'm going to set up that poll for you in the group so that we can let me know what time frame, might work best. Aiming for probably 90 minutes to 2 hours. Um, and announcement time. Announcement time. You are the first to hear this. I am launching a 2 month, so an 8 week summer program later this month. As members of the Vital Living Project, you will get special pricing on it. But I wanted to say first that I'm really excited about this particular offer coming up because I think it will be a very good way of introducing more people to the vision building process around their health and wellness, how to continue making moves on it amidst schedule changes because of course a lot of parents have their kids out of school right now but they still work, or they're going on vacations. And then of course there's always the getting ready to go back to school time frame as well. So I'm excited to be launching this 8 week program that takes us through those two time frames pretty well because now we've got, this time period where all of the graduations have happened. Um, you've got kids transitioning to a new school year. And I don't know about you, um, but summer flow often tends to feel a bit different than other parts of the year. And I'm looking forward to bringing more clarity around this time of year and working towards their health goals to women. I will create, um, I'll do a live session later for the group, for our group, more about the program itself and what's coming up. But one of the reasons that I'm really excited about it is because it will feature at least one, if not two, additional health and wellness experts. So we're going to be covering a good bit of health and wellness in general, as well as, what it really looks like to be making real strides towards health and wellness goals. The big purposes of, or the big goals of the program itself are to be easy to work with during the summer because everybody's got everything going on. Again, kids are on vacation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that their parents aren't still working. Um, we're going to be keeping it supportive, heavy on support and simple rather than, the overwhelming hit you with all the things sort of thing. There's going to be personalization of the process, and that process is around our glow up journeys. So while it is an 8-week program, it's not strictly like a boot camp or anything quite like that. Each week, we're going to unlock a core concept of health and well-being and get women simple action steps to take, um, as well as, I will be offering coaching, within the program as well. So, like I said, I will get a live video in here in our group, going a bit more into the program itself and what goes into it, and most importantly, what the benefits to you are. So keep an eye out for that in the coming couple of days. I know we're on Wednesday right now. So I will definitely, I have the feeling I will end up doing that live later today, honestly. I could end up doing it tomorrow. But gonna let you guys go for now. Gonna get that poll out when we want to do our vision review this month. And I will catch you later.